My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Slay the Spire. We're going to be going for 10 or more buffs placed upon ourselves in a combat as a silent here. Feel like that is probably just going to be a very, very strong defensive build using a lot of the different silent powers. Let's take a rare card here. Malaise, Adrenaline, Storm, Steel. Take the Adrenaline. It'll help us more quickly set up our offense. You see there. Not offense, rather, but our full complement of powers that we intend to use over the course of this. So I guess I should be counting the inclusions. Each time something gets added to the deck, I need to know if it adds a power to us and how many we have at any one time. I'm going to take the Predator here literally just so that I have a better chance against upcoming elites. Because I do intend to kill 2 elites this floor. It's a path that actually also has 3 upgrades, and oh, I love that. Great. Now, if we don't get offered things like footworks and not just... Oh my god. Did this really have to happen right now? I can't believe the goddamn batteries in this piece. Just have to go get them from a completely different room and make it sound like it's a there and back again kind of situation with regards to my voice. Good lord, why does this have to happen right now? Let's just pop those back in right there. Oh, yes. I'm seeing all the lights come on, all the good ones. Let's pop these headphones back on and get back into the episode. Hell yeah. Oh, my mouse works so much better now. Take a Crippling Cloud. I mean, it's synergistic with the build that we ultimately want to build. Girya. Ooh, okay. You can gain strength at rest sides up to 3 times maximum. I'll take the Relic here. Nice. We get the Bag of Preparation. Draw 2 additional cards at the start of any combat. And then I really wanted to remove a card from the deck, but 1,000 Cuts is another buff to apply to ourselves. I have to take it. It's too good not to take, frankly. Okay, so we've got 2 buffs to apply to ourselves at this point. 1,000 Cuts in the opening hand. Real damn good right there. Unfortunately, we've also got Regret. So Regret will deal 7 damage to me. It's very important that I play Predator, though. Oh, well. Speaking of it's being very important to play Predator, play it right there. Neutralize. I'll definitely discard the Revenge this time. Regret. Alright, I'll kill you a turn early by using the Vulnerability Potion there. Art of War, if you don't play any attacks during your turn, gain an additional energy next turn. That's actually extremely powerful for us because we have a lot of high cost cards that aren't necessarily attacks. Let's get that Crippling Cloud upgraded as well. Mummified Hand. Whenever you play a power card, a random card in your hand costs 0 for the rest of the turn. Okay, we need to play really safe from here on out because this is extremely good. I'm intentionally not using Adrenaline here, because if I draw that Regret, I take more damage, whereas I might just draw Lethal this turn. Yep, and do, in fact. So I can skip the trigger of the Regret. Take a copy of Terror. This deck is going so many different directions so quickly. But I'm kind of cool with it. Okay. None of these for us right now. It's important that I wake up the enemy after I have 1,000 Cuts out, after I have my Terror Blade, and with the Crippling Cloud. Is that true? That is true. Alright, so I pass this turn. I should have struck first. I would have saved myself 1 HP, but I also would have cost myself 1 energy this turn, so... It's a debate as to whether or not that's the correct way to do it. So the easiest way to do this is defend, strike, and then 1,000 Cuts Crippling Cloud, so that I guarantee 1,000 Cuts hits and lowers the cost of the Crippling Cloud. We've still got a Neutralize in the deck, so yes, beautiful. It definitely looks like, and then was immediately proven to be, a very good situation. I'm going to have weakness for both of the enemy's attacking turns here. Yeah, this Regret is costing me a lot of HP. But the 1,000 Cuts is also going to be ridiculous for us. Whenever you add an attack to your deck, upgrade it, as well as Noxious Fumes. There we go. Found it. Gotta upgrade that Noxious Fumes. I am concerned at this point. Concerned for the... effectively just straight up the HP loss that we will have. 1 sec as I figure out exactly how I want to do this. That we'll definitely have as a result of the Regret in this deck. It's a bit much right now. Dex Potion, very nice. No, not particularly interested in any of those. Like, I really want to smith another card, but I'm actually going to rest here. I wanted to play Crippling Cloud there. I'm very much hopeful that I draw the... Nope, I didn't end up drawing it this turn. Damn. I was very much hopeful that I would end up drawing the Vulnerability Vulnerability? Neutralize this turn. Unfortunately, it was on the absolute bottom of our deck. Thankfully, we still did pretty well in terms of defense. Okay. Got this enemy all poisoned up. Could have prevented myself from applying that Weaken in order to get extra energy this turn. That could have been valuable, I guess. That said, I couldn't have known exactly what I was going to draw. Alright. So what, we lost 4 HP over the course of this entire combat? I feel pretty bad about the fact that I decided to rest before this combat. Fire Potion, as well as Nightmare, Glass Knife, Malaise. Glass Knife comes pre-upgraded. It's just a bunch of damage to a single target. Hell yeah. None of these apply an effect to us. So, in effect, in combat, we have 2 current effects. Well-Laid Plans is another. Girya can be another. Then we can also have Dex Potions. That's 5. We've already got 5 different effects that we can put into this deck. That is to say, buffs on myself during combat. I can collect some more in potions. I'm just wondering at this point if buffs on self in combat is best actually done in this character. It might not be. Oh my god, I can't believe that hit the Predator. I was thinking, like, I'd love if it did. But I'd already given up the idea. Because surely the defect with the power build has a really great shot at landing this achievement. None of those. Okay, yeah. We'll get the special relic. It's a buff on us on the first turn. Remove a card, remove a card, remove a card, remove a card. Nope, but 200 gold. Not bad. Especially considering I've deliberately taken a path here that has early upgrades, but also an early shop. Oh, damn, the strike was 0 cost. That's my bad. An early shop wherein I obviously plan to remove the regret from the deck. Giant class knife right there. Piercing whale pre-upgraded. I mean, it's difficult to turn down. Especially on this floor where it is so damn effective. And next floor. I mean, it's just of lower import on the first floor. And I can forgive it that, frankly. Could have been better, could have been worse. Still a pretty good fight overall, I believe. Goodbye, shelled parasite. Hello. None of that. Alright. I'm gonna actually lift here. Ooh, all these smooth stones. Start each combat with 1 dex. Lovely. Obviously exactly the kind of thing we're looking for. Caltrop, another effect that we can put on ourselves. Beautiful. Letter Opener. Every time we play 3 skills in a single turn, deal 5 damage to all enemies. We do have a shop coming up later on this floor that I might want to consider. Yeah, I think I'll consider that instead of spending my Letter Opener here. I'm actually going to cut across. I wasn't intending on going on this path, but it's looking better and better all the time. Thank you, Piercing Whale, for being absolutely ridiculous. Wait, hang on. Yeah, got to do this in the right order so the Predator is free. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 buffs upon ourselves now. Good, good. That's 1 dead as hell elite. Anchor, start each combat with 10 block. Do love that. I'll take a pre-upgraded dodge and roll here. Pocket Watch. Whenever you play 3 or less cards during your turn, draw 3 additional cards at the start of your next turn. Honestly, very unlikely to trigger for us commonly. Let's get an extra lift out of here. Well, Envenom and Flying Knee are both extra effects for the deck right now. And when Envenom's upgraded, it's totally useful for us. Not because we have a bunch of small attacks in the deck, we don't. But it provides another buff to us, as well as when it's 1 cost, it offsets the cost of another card, thanks to the Mummified Hand. Yeah, let's get a standard strike or defend. Strike, I think. Out of this deck. Good gosh. All right. I mean, it's pretty good damage for the turn 1 there. And then immediately murder. Beautiful. Fruit Juice. Gain 5 max HP. Yup. Do that instantly. Reflex, Riddle with Holes, and Blade Dance. We'll take a copy of Riddle with Holes just because we have so much strength in this deck, courtesy of Vigiria. And also it'll synergize, obviously, with the Envenom. You can see here that I'm very, very much making a kind of hodgepodge deck. Like, it has a bunch of different elements in it, not necessarily all synergistic with one another. That is because I am exclusively going for the achievement. And also, I don't know, if I can get a run in the meantime as well, that'd be nice. So it's worth keeping that in mind. Okay, so we've got 6 buffs now. Ooh, 6 is pretty good. Unceasing Top. Whenever you have no cards drawn in hand, draw your card. Sorry. In hand during your turn, draw a card, rather. Go with the backflip. A little bit more defense. I want to 50-50 it. Nice. Whenever you rest, you add a card to your deck. Okay, not necessarily useful for us, but still nice. So we do 7 by 5, so 35 damage with the 2 energy card. I played them in that order rather than 1,000 cuts first because I wanted the 1,000 cuts to have its cost lowered by a different card being played. Okay. Obviously should have played that strike. Missed the fact that it was 0 cost. Riddle with Holes is really good, so I only want to take it back from that orb when I am ready to use it. It should be defend, 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 and then Flying Knee to Bronze Automaton. So both these orbs will return their cards to my hand, my new hand that is. And then I have a simply excellent opportunity to chunk in a ridiculous amount of damage here. So that's 7 buffs on ourselves. Malaise, Nightmare, Phantasmal Killer. Phantasmal Killer is another effect that we can apply to ourselves. Not being able to get potions is really rough. Not being able to upgrade cards is also really rough. That Caltrop and the Phantasmal Killer and the Envenom all beg to be upgraded, as well as the Terror. Hell, even the Adrenaline. What potion can I get that gives me a buff that I don't have access to yet? Ghost in a Jar Intangibility. That's about it. Because I already have Strength and Dex covered. I'm taking Sozu. The extra energy is going to allow us, like, broader freedom with how we choose to run this build. That's a pretty good turn right there. Pretty good turn. Go to a shop earlier or later, because I'm definitely hitting one later. Both? No, just later. Definitely the rare relic. We could get something that obviously has a huge impact for us. So I've already got 5 effects out. Lovely. Played barely any attacks that turn, so yeah. Yeah, we'll be fine here. We're not going to be completing this quest in this combat, so I've gotten up to 7. I'd have to have Phantasmal Killer in effect at the same time as having the Predator that turn. Nunchaku, every time you play 10 attacks, gain an extra energy. Flying Knee is also an extra self-buff. I need more draw in this deck right now. Every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 strength. Obviously pretty good. So the midliner is dead now. I've got a couple draws here that are really great for us. Sadly, not these. Oh, I don't know. Riddle with Holes is in my next hand, probably. Nope, never mind. It's on the absolute bottom of the deck. That's really unfortunate for us. There's a bunch of revival for you. Damn, Riddle with Holes. Alright, we've got this now. Dodge and roll is also another buff for ourselves. Just need to have so many of them in action at one time. It's a bit difficult to get that without much more draw in this deck. No, I would otherwise take the Piercing Whale. Who's our final boss? Actually, no, Donu and Decker. We take the Piercing Whale. It's going to make getting the build to go off in the way that I needed to go off kind of garbage. I'd love to use Predator here, but I can't afford to. The possibility exists that I use Predator and then the enemy changes to an attack pattern that I can't deal with. And I think it's in the name. I wouldn't be able to deal with it. Because this enemy changes its intent every time you attack it. Just in case you're unfamiliar with its mechanic. That's the bad one. That is adding a Parasite to my deck that it's attempting to do right here. I am actually not going to be able to stop you from doing that. Oh no, I have the extra energy, of course. And I've got the extra draw. Thank you, Unceasing Top. Come on, more defense. Ooh, that's not gonna work. Alright, so now we get to take a bunch of damage. Bunch of damage or a Parasite. Probably would have preferred the Parasite in the deck, frankly. But, you know, it happens. Dagger Spray is actually just a really, really powerful card for us right now. Also provides a little bit of AoE that this deck is actually currently lacking. These enemies all have 5 strength? Oh, I don't like that at all. Because I still have to remove them. Use the Piercing Whale here just to draw a card. Nice. Good. Pick up the Dagger Spray here. I'll be taking 14 damage this turn, but... Kinda had to happen. Pretty much dead if I don't kill the enemy here. God, I could have prioritized my attacks better. Oh my god. We lost this fight because I did not leave my multi-attack hit to the very, very end. Where it would have triggered the Shuriken, or rather the Shuriken would have been triggered before I played it. So having only 2 strikes after I played my multi-attack, I benefited from the strength twice. So I got 2 extra points of damage. If I played the Riddle with Holes last, I would have benefited every single time it hit, which is to say I would have gotten 5 benefits out of it. So the enemy would be dead this turn. However, instead of being dead this turn, they aren't. The Dex Potion Defend play wouldn't have helped me here, so I definitely did have to go for the aggression. It's just I had to do it in a better order. Be a bit more mindful about it. Let that be a lesson to me in the future. Do I think this deck had the ability to do what I'm looking for right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we currently had 9 buffs in our deck. We would have had to draw the dodge and roll and the Predator in the same turn after a turn where we played Flying Knee and Phantasmal Killer. How likely is that? With only 1 draw card in the deck, excluding the Adrenaline, which burns itself out, obviously, being an exhaust card. Not particularly likely. So I guess I'll be looking to the defect in the next episode to try and help me clinch up one of these achievements. Until then, my name's been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been... I made a mistake, yeah, but it's okay. We err as humans. You need to be able to accept that about yourself, otherwise you're just going to be constantly frustrated, mon frere. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.